Have you ever looked in the mirror and wished you could change something about yourself? How do you overcome such feelings? Let's delve into the world of self-love and acceptance. Imagine a young African girl. Every time she looks into the mirror, she sees a reflection that she wishes she could change. Her skin, dark and rich like the earth, seems to her a mark of difference, not beauty. Her hair, a crown of coiled curls, feels to her like a burden, not a blessing. She's caught in a struggle, a battle against her own image. It's a battle many of us face, the fight against societal standards of beauty that often leave us feeling inadequate, longing to change the very attributes that make us unique. But what if she could learn to love and accept herself just the way she is? Imagine growing up in a world where you feel different, and you believe that different is wrong. Our story's heroine, let's call her Amina, finds herself in a world where her skin, a rich hue of mahogany, and her hair, beautifully coiled and textured, are seen as different. Amina is a young African girl who has been constantly made to feel as if her natural features, her skin color and hair texture, are somehow less than perfect. Amina, like many of us, is influenced by the society around her. She lives in a world where the definition of beauty is often skewed and narrow, a world that glorifies and idealizes certain features while dismissing others. This world has led Amina to question her own beauty, to wish for a different skin color, smoother hair. Every magazine she flips through, every billboard she passes by, every television show she watches, they all seem to tell her the same thing, that her dark skin and kinky hair are not beautiful. This constant stream of messages, subtle yet powerful, have seeped into her consciousness, making her yearn for a lighter skin and straighter hair. But this struggle, this internal battle that Amina faces, isn't unique to her. It's a struggle faced by countless others who have ever felt less than perfect because of their physical features. It's a struggle that stems from societal pressures and influences that dictate what is beautiful and what is not. Amina's struggle is a reflection of a broader issue, the issue of self-image and self-worth. It's about the struggle of trying to fit into a mold that wasn't designed for you, of trying to conform to societal standards of beauty that don't celebrate diversity. But the most crucial part of Amina's story is not her struggle, but her journey. A journey that leads her to realize that she is perfect just the way she is. A journey of self-love and acceptance. But change does not come overnight. It's a journey that Amina is ready to embark on, and a journey that we're all ready to witness. The journey to self-love can be long and hard, but it's a journey worth taking. Our African heroine's journey was no different. It was a road paved with small yet significant steps towards acceptance. It started with a simple act of looking into the mirror each day, not to criticize her reflection, but to appreciate the uniqueness of her skin, the texture of her hair, the curve of her smile. She began to envelop herself in a world that celebrated diversity, that revered the beauty in difference. She started reading books and watching films about powerful African women who defied societal norms and embraced their natural beauty. Women like Lupita Nyong'o, who once said, "There is no shade to that beauty." Women who were proud of their heritage, their melanin-rich skin, and their natural hair. Slowly, she too began to see the beauty in her own reflection, the charm in her own uniqueness. She started to wear her natural hair with pride, to love the feel of her skin under the sun. She found inspiration in her ancestors, in the strength of African queens who ruled their kingdoms with grace and dignity. This journey was not a sprint, it was a marathon. There were days of self-doubt, days when she wanted to go back to the way things were. But she didn't. She persevered. She fought against the voice in her head that told her she wasn't enough. She realized that the only opinion that mattered was her own, and she decided to love herself, every bit of herself. As she journeyed towards self-love, she discovered that she didn't need to change for the world. She discovered that she was perfect, just the way she was. She discovered that her skin was not a symbol of shame, but a badge of honor. Her hair was not a burden, but a crown. And through this journey, she began to see herself in a new light. Sometimes the most important revelations come from within. Our protagonist's journey is no different. Her path to self-love was not a straight one, but a winding road filled with self-discovery and growth. One day, as she gazed into the mirror, she looked past the societal standards that had once clouded her vision. She looked past the misconceptions, the stereotypes, and the expectations. She looked past the skin color and hair texture she had once wished to change. And what she saw had nothing to do with the world's perception, but everything to do with her own. She saw a girl who was perfect, just the way she was. She saw the beauty of her rich, dark skin, as beautiful and deep as the African night sky. She saw her hair, textured and coiled, each strand a testament to her heritage and strength. She saw herself not as the world wanted her to be, but as she truly was, radiant, resilient, and remarkable. This was her revelation, the moment when she realized that her skin color was not a flaw, but a feature. Her hair texture was not a hurdle, but a heritage. She was not an exception to beauty, she was an embodiment of it. Her skin color was a canvas of history, her hair, a crown of culture. And with this revelation came a newfound love, a love for her skin, as beautiful and bountiful as the earth, a love for her hair, as wild and wonderful as the wind, a love for herself, as perfect and priceless as she was. She began to see her uniqueness not as a weakness, but as a strength. She saw her differences not as a downside, but as a distinction. She saw her individuality not as an inadequacy, but as an inspiration. This was her revelation. The moment she realized that she was more than enough just the way she was. This was the moment she began to love herself truly and completely. This was the moment she became unstoppable. She realized that her uniqueness was her strength, not her weakness. But what did she learn from this journey? And how can we apply these lessons to our own lives? As we delve deeper into our heroine's story, it's clear that she learned invaluable lessons about self-love and acceptance, lessons that hold relevance for each one of us. Firstly, she discovered the beauty in her uniqueness. Her skin color and hair texture, which she initially perceived as flaws, are indeed elements that make her distinctively beautiful. They are integral parts of her identity, her heritage, and her story. Just as the myriad hues in a sunset or the diverse patterns on butterfly wings contribute to their beauty, our differences make us who we are. And that's something to celebrate, not shy away from. Secondly, she learned to challenge societal standards of beauty. Society often imposes a one-size-fits-all definition of beauty, but our heroine realized that these definitions are limiting and often misleading. Beauty is subjective and diverse, just like us. There's no one right way to be beautiful. We define beauty for ourselves, and that definition should always include us exactly as we are. Thirdly, she found that self-love is a journey, not a destination. It's not about reaching a point where you're perfectly content with yourself, but rather about continuously growing and learning to love yourself more each day. It's about recognizing your worth, celebrating your victories, and being kind to yourself during your struggles. Finally, she learned the power of acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means embracing who you are at this moment, while also acknowledging your potential for growth. It's about loving yourself enough to want to become the best version of yourself. So what can we take away from her journey? It's simple. Love yourself. Celebrate your uniqueness. Challenge societal norms. Embrace the journey of self-love and acceptance. Because at the end of the day, we are all perfect just the way we are. So, can we truly love and accept ourselves just the way we are? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And the answer is a resounding yes. We've journeyed with our heroine, a young African girl who once struggled with her skin color and hair texture. But through self-love, she discovered her unique beauty and perfection. Just as she did, we too can come to love and accept ourselves. It's not always an easy journey, and it's okay to have doubts and fears. But what's important is to remember that our individuality is our strength. Our differences are what make us unique, and that uniqueness is beautiful. We should celebrate our uniqueness, not hide it. Embrace your individuality, love your quirks, and cherish your uniqueness. After all, there's only one you in this world. So why not love and appreciate the masterpiece that you are? Remember, You are beautiful, you are unique, and you are perfect, just the way you are.